Welcome to the AbsoluteCast. I forgot what I was supposed to say actually. Welcome to the AbsoluteCast. I'm your host TJ, and we have with us Udit.
Hello guys, excited to be here today.
And of course we have Knuckle.
Hey guys, welcome back.
How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Superb.
Excited. Again.
Yes.
Again excited.
Again excited.
So how are you between these two episodes?
Sad.
I can feel the excitement coming out of it.
We were saving all the excitement up for today.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one of the things that we've started doing, obviously, is that we started recording videos with this. So we have a couple of cameras in place, which is pretty cool. So we're trying to explore with this podcast a little bit more. And if you're listening to this podcast, then check us out on YouTube because that's where you'll see the video. But that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to enhance this. Hopefully it works. Let's see how it goes.
Right now there are 3 cameras. So we are planning to go big. Like maybe next time will we do like
9
documentaries. For each app there'll be one documentary.
Yeah. It might just graduate like that. It's gonna go a little crazy. So yeah. So this episode is gonna be about. Sorry, before I get into the episode, AbsoluteCast is a tech podcast run by the guys at Absolute Geeks. Obviously, all of us write for Absolute Geeks, and this is a tech podcast where we can eventually talk about anything. Right now, the format is obviously we talk about apps.
Yeah.
And today's episode is about video apps, specifically video editing apps, but we will talk a little bit about everything around it. The previous episode, the first episode that we did was about podcast apps, and the second one was about photo editing apps. And the reason why I'm specifically mentioning that is actually I want to talk to you guys about the first episode that we did was about podcast apps.
Yes.
And Knuckle had asked me a question that can the Apple Podcast app work with Siri? And I didn't have an answer for you at that time. But since then, I have started using it in the most basic way possible. So I basically, so when I'm driving, I tend to put the podcast on eventually when I drop my wife off at work. So after I drop her off, that's when I do it. And I drop her and I leave. So I don't stop and check my phone because I don't have time to wait where I drop her off. So I drive off and then I activate Siri. I tell her run the podcast that I want to listen to. So it's always play the podcast and the name of the podcast.
Okay.
And it works fine. It works a treat. So that's how much I've used it for. Not much more beyond that. So I've not really explored it. Even for that matter, Siri in general, like voice commands over in the car, hands-free mode. I started using them a bit more. Just to explore that by itself, because it's something that, strangely enough, I've been driving this car for, I don't know, 2-3 years. I've had Siri for longer than that, and I've not used it. Strange. But I don't know, have you guys tried hands-free or voice assistant with any of the apps?
I haven't, frankly.
Not with the podcast apps in
Not with the
specific.
podcast.
Yeah. So how like what command do you give to play a specific podcast? Or
I'll just say play the podcast and the name of the podcast.
oh,
So for example, I'll say play the podcast AbsoluteCast, and then it'll say playing the podcast Absolute, or playing AbsoluteCast.
that's a nice
Something.
voice.
Yeah.
Does it work with different apps?
I should take over Siri's voice. I mean, it does work. So I send WhatsApp messages as well. The annoying part is that what was
No, different podcast apps.
Oh, different podcast apps. Yeah, because you're looking at me weird. I'm wondering. It's like,
Well,
what
I know
is he
Siri,
talking
I think
about?
Siri works with it, but can you tell which app do you want it to play from?
I haven't
or
actually
something?
tried that.
I think it should work because with the Apple shortcuts, you
With
can
Apple
you can
shortcuts?
set different commands.
Yeah, but I got to set that up. So natively it doesn't. So wait, hold on. Play the Back to Work podcast on Overcast.
Okay.
As an example. So this is the first time I tried it. Literally just tried it for the first time now.
Okay.
Doesn't support it. I mean, Apple Podcast works natively
Right.
in the phone, right?
Yes.
And another thing was that, again, Knuckle shared this with me. I can control media or videos, audios in the browser through the media controls on the laptop keys. But the caveat with that is that I have to use Safari browser, which I don't do. So I use Chrome, and Chrome doesn't natively support the hardware buttons.
Okay.
So yes, it's a Google product on an Apple device. Yes, thanks. So that's the way it works. If you use Safari, it works. So that's just a cool thing, cool trick. I didn't know about it. But if I want to specifically listen to Overcast on my laptop, that is one option that I have.
Okay.
So it'll be like it doesn't have a native app, but Safari kind of becomes its native app because I won't use it for anything else.
Yes.
That's an example. So that was something cool. I did like your little trick from last episode about zooming in infinite.
Yes, did you try that?
Yeah, it's creepy as hell.
Hopefully you didn't zoom your face the last time.
No, it was basically those random photo bombers who are just there in the background looking somewhere else, and they're in your photo, so just zoom into their face.
No, but you should try that on. There are NASA photos.
All right,
Those are like
really high res.
120 to 130 megabytes photos.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you can zoom infinitely, and that's like.
What you should try is use that head tilt feature in Snapseed and then zoom in.
Oh my god.
Get creepier.
Oh my gosh. That was such a creepy feature. But okay, so that was a cool look back at all the fun that we had in the last couple of episodes. So you can obviously listen to those on the various podcast apps or
Yes.
whatever providers of your choice if you want to check any of those out, or YouTube or SoundCloud, whatever it may be. Also on our website, AbsoluteGeeks.com. It's all available there. And if you're not available, I don't know how you're listening to this, but if you're not available on your podcast thing of choice,
On YouTube maybe.
yeah, maybe YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
If we aren't, then just drop us a line, write a comment, or send us an email or whatever. Get in touch with us. Udit's personal phone number is 0. So you just get in touch with us, and we'll try to be on whatever platform.
Right.
Like anybody's gonna call if we give out the real number.
Yeah, yeah. He's an Android user, so probably he's gonna call.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so who's gonna start us off? I think Knuckle. Why don't you
okay.
start us off this time around?
Yeah.
Throwing him right under the bus.
Okay, so the app that I'm using is Spark Camera. I remember I told TJ about it, that I make all my, at least Instagram stories and IGTV videos using that camera. But I don't use that app specifically to use the camera feature. But what I'll do is I'll record the video, mostly in 4K 30 frames per second using my stock camera, Apple stock camera, and then I'll import it in Spark Camera app.
Okay.
So I'll just mirror my screen before.
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you. Why don't you try that? Is this an iOS only app?
Yes. So the price for this app is $2.99 USD or 10.99 dirhams.
10.99?
Yeah,
10.99.
11 dirhams.
Yeah, so not.
That's
yeah.
monthly.
No, it's a
No, one time.
pay to download.
Okay.
Yeah, one time. There are no in-app purchases. I checked. So
There's no in-app purchases. So
No
there's
in-app
there's no free. It's not a freemium version as well, so you can't just
No.
download, try it out. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'll start this app, some of the features. So first I'll take you through the settings, and as I said, I don't use this camera to record, but it has cool features. So you can record in 4K,
Okay.
you can record in full HD, and then you can record in 4K. Okay, you can record in 4K and full HD. And 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, and 240 frames per second.
Oh, you can do 4K at 240 with this app. Not bad.
Yes. Oh,
Interesting.
Not bad at all.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there's a manually if you want to stabilize the video, flash on and off. I won't go there. Okay. So how I do it? So I'll just export and import a video from my gallery. Okay. So maybe I'll give you a look about one of my previous videos, how it works. So for this, okay, I'm confused now.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Go one by one. Start us off with, I guess, the library.
So first let me talk about the features.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to start in this. So once the video is done, so you can just swipe and add filters that you want. Paris. So these all are free with the app.
Okay.
Then you get to. So what I do is whenever I'm importing a video. I don't import in full HD. I'll import it in 4K because
Alright.
how Instagram and IGTV works is, so if you upload a video of full HD, it'll downsize it to 720p, I guess. But if you upload a 4K video, then you can see a full HD video on Instagram and IGTV.
Okay.
Even with stories, that's
okay.
yeah. Because always I thought like whenever I upload a story,
It always
it's,
looks distorted.
grainy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's might be a logic behind that. Because it's in order to support all devices. So what they do is this might be your video size, but they'll actually show you a smaller part of it. So if you take a smaller video, it'll stretch it out for you.
Right.
But if you have a 4K video, you can zoom into it at 1080 and you can move around and it'll be fine. I think that would be my logical deduction as to why that happens.
Yes. Or how Instagram works is just it takes down a notch the audio quality, whatever. Maybe like if you upload
In
it on-
compression.
in compression. So maybe if you upload on 8K, it'll downsize it to 4K. I don't know.
Wow.
That should be fine. So
Insta story 8Ks.
So
Makes
if you can see, like if you're watching it on YouTube, you can see in the center video how there are like rainbow colors around
Yeah.
it. So those
Yeah.
are videos.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Part of videos. So if I'll go inside,
So each color in the rainbow band was a different
yes,
video.
So,
That's kind of cool.
So these are the videos that
Oh,
I've
okay.
imported.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
So let me change the filter. This is a horrible filter. Okay. So how it works is, if I want to edit the first video, I can set for how many seconds I want to end the video and when do I want to start the video.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay. Then that's it. And at the bottom, you can see the video is 56 seconds long.
The whole video.
The whole video.
And this clip is 4 seconds.
Yes. Is it possible we can increase the volume? I don't think it will make any point. Because...
Oh, we can.
Okay, yeah. So when I select a song, so what I do is you can decrease the song volume and the audio of the video separately.
Oh, okay.
So wait, you can have so the clip audio
Yes, so
and
the
the
song
whole
audio.
project audio.
yes, the best thing about this app is, so if I'll change the song, they have several royalty-free songs
Nice.
here, and I mean like these are just in one folder.
Ganja.
And then Future Bass Volume 4, and these are like good songs and not like iTunes like those videos like
I know
those.
what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the crappy, silly
Yes.
stock.
Yeah, so I can decrease the volume here. I can do voiceover on this video.
Okay, nice.
So right now, if I'll click record, it's recording. I mean, like it hasn't started recording now. So
now it's gonna. Oh wow!
yeah,
so it's plays.
recording.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah,
So
that
if
makes
I
a
click
lot of sense.
stop, okay, thank you for ruining my video. This is the thing. So this is the result. Then I clicked OK. Again OK. So that's our audio at the background.
So now in the volume controls, there would be the original audio of the video, then the one you
Yes.
recorded and the song. So there should be like, are there 2 controls or 3
No.
or like which one does it?
So we've changed the volume of the video and not the song. So song volume we can decrease,
Okay.
but the volume of the audio of the video will
Of the
stay the same.
voiceover.
Of the voiceover.
So what if your video already has a background audio to it, like ambient noise or something, and
Like
then you do a
suppose you're-
voiceover?
yeah.
So
That becomes 3 layers of audio
Yeah.
on top of.
yeah, but that voiceover adds a layer on top of your the audio of the video. So I mean, like if you want to decrease the ambient sound, then your
Okay.
voiceover will also get decreased.
Okay, cool.
So I like according to the music, I keep making changes. So you can see the duration here. So some are long, some are short, and then I can add fade effect here just by pressing.
Those are different effects that you
Yes.
have on the edges. Okay.
Yes. So the best thing about this app is few that the songs that it has. Wait, let me just. The song that it has, and
I could mute it from here.
okay. The songs feature, then export it to like I can. In very few apps, I've noticed that the app that Udit is going to talk about. In that app, I cannot import videos in 4K.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing in this is even if the video is shot in full HD, I can import it in 4K.
Right.
So the iPhone treats it as a 4K video, and when I upload it on Instagram, still it treats it as a 4K video, but the end result would be full HD video.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So how many people use this app would be? So I'll just start. I'll try a new video. So just press and hold on the video, so it starts recording, and then leave it. So that's your first take.
Okay.
And then maybe second shot would be like this.
Okay.
So this
Oh,
is
so
the
then it
second
changes
video.
the color. Oh, that's really cool.
So at any given point of time, you can go here and make changes to any of the videos. So this app is simple. It has very few features, I would say, but those features work well. I'm like, I don't use apps where it's with so many features that it gets cumbersome and overwhelming at some point. And also on this feature, on this in this app, what you can do is you can change the speed.
Oh,
So
the
right
clip
now
speed.
it's at so this is 1x.
So it's kind of like hyperlapse in that sense.
Yes,
okay.
2x and also like 0.125x as
Oh
well.
wow.
And then 0.25, 0.5.
So what if you press and hold it, like, or press really hard on it?
No, nothing else.
Yeah,
Nothing. So it doesn't give you like a list that you
Options.
can.
No,
Yeah.
no. As I said, this app is simple, very few features, but those features work well. So the next feature is okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So if I
You're showing with it
I
on the
was
camera.
the TV. Yeah, I know.
And he was thoroughly enjoying himself in that moment.
so if I import a photo, oh my god, I don't know which photo to choose. Okay, yeah, maybe Gibson's. Yeah. So this photo I can have pan on or pan off on the top right corner.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just like it'll.
Is that like a Ken Burns effect?
Yes.
okay.
Keyburn effect.
Keyburn.
Keyburn. Kinburn.
Ken
You said Kinburn or?
Burn. So I don't actually know what it's actually called.
So but I believe you can figure out how it
Yeah, it's
works,
called
right?
Ken Burns.
Kinburns.
Yeah, because it's a effect. It's that transitional effect that's brought about by a guy named Ken Burns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's that's what it is. At least that's thank gosh I know what I'm talking about for a change.
So can you change the transition effect which the photo has?
Only the pan. Only you can
Okay,
pan the photo. That's it. Or a solid like photo,
Okay,
steady
yeah,
photo
yeah.
like. And that's it. You can
Cool.
add fade effects, but those are like only 2 effects are there. So if for example,
So you use this only for editing, not for recording.
no,
Never for recording.
never for recording.
And why was that again?
I believe the Apple stock camera app works best
Okay.
for recording because I've tried several camera apps on an iPhone, but it's not even close to
Okay.
Apple camera.
Fair enough.
So for this video, you can see like if I add a transition effect. So when okay, maybe here. So when this video ends, so
Oh, nice.
just
Okay.
like blackout. That's it. Really simple. So yeah, that's my app.
Nice. And
Yeah.
this one's called Spark Camera.
Spark
right?
camera app.
So obviously this is a paid version. It's really cool. One thing I wanted to point out is that I like the fact that it's got the full screen thing going on, because that means that you've got the portrait full screen.
Yeah.
You don't have black bars on the side. You can it's Instagram ready. It's IGTV ready.
Yes.
If you want to go down that route, that's kind of cool. I really like that. That's something
And
interesting.
Even if you have a landscape video, it can edit.
Okay.
It's not only for portrait videos.
Yeah. So that's cool. I like
Yeah.
that. It's something that I find really hard. In fact, all the apps that I'm going to talk about, that's like the biggest disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Aspect ratios are
Yes.
limited.
Mm-hmm.
Are limited. So you want to go next, or should I go next?
You can go next.
Okay,
No
so
worries.
I'm gonna start off. Let me mirror my screen as well onto the TV here. All right, so that I don't freak you guys out with my apps like I did in the last episode, I've just put all the apps I'm going to talk about over here. I have a few over here. No, I'm not going to talk about in depth in all of them because some of them I just try every now and then. It's not something I use very regularly. But let's start off with the camera app itself because, like you're talking about, this is my primary way of recording anything on my phone. I will always use. Why is that not?
Yeah, it won't.
Huh. That's something cool. I didn't know about that. Anyway, so I use this primarily for my recording.
Okay.
One thing that we had also discussed this in the previous episode is that you can't edit the settings over here. So you got 720p on the top right. I can't change that within the app. Like I wish if I could just tap that, it would work. Just like how you tap the lightning bolt and it works fine, or you can zoom in. Like I don't understand why this thing doesn't need to be a button. You can only maybe change exposure. That's literally the only feature that you get in this app, which is okay, fine, fair enough. So I record primarily with this. I do tend to do a lot of, like, if I want to do clipping, so I clip with the edit with the photo app itself. So if I want to compress something to a different size, I tend to do that here. And that's when I take it to the next stage, which would be indirectly into the photo app or the video editing app of choice. On the phone, my favorite one is actually iMovie. That's the one that I tend to use every now and then. But I don't like it for the simple reason that I can't control the aspect ratio at all. So I'll just take all of these into my project. So before this, I took some time and I went around the area, took some videos. But you'll see that, okay, this is a portrait video, but it doesn't let me, I can't change the aspect ratio of this. So if I export this, it's going to have these black bars on the side and it's going to be cropped like this. So it's really annoying.
So there's nothing in settings?
No, I have tried quite a few times. I've not been able to find it myself. And I looked it up and it says that, at least what I understand is that there's no real way to do it. Okay. Which is really bizarre. So you have all these settings, project settings, but there's no way where you talk about resolution, aspect ratio, none of that stuff. They have, I think the main draw of this particular thing is the theme. This particular app is a theme. You do get to do theme music, you get to do some transitions. So transitions are pretty cool in this. You've got the transition between the clip which you can choose. So you click it, you choose the type of transition and the duration of the transition, which I quite like a lot. So that gives me a lot of control over there. So between the clips. And then you can choose something like the speed. You can choose filters if you want to add filters to it. You can add text to it. Whatever standard stuff that you will get with iMovie. I think you can even add some location related stuff, but you do have this. So you know how let's choose a different video. Hold on. I'm going to choose this one because it's a landscape video. No. Let's say, for example, this one. I'll put a text, and normally if you put a text in, you'd put it like this, and it's not the most ideal way. So when you're putting a text in a video, you want it to be on the bottom right? Yeah. So this one allows you to just do that because it has, or bottom of the video. So it has a lower feature, so you can move the text down. These are some of the features that I like, which allows me to edit videos for landscape much better on this. And that is literally the only way that you can edit videos is landscape. There's no other setting to change. You can only do landscape in this. On the other hand, they have the clips app, which is also kind of cool because what this allows you to do is record. So I'm going to go and create a new project. So I'll create a new project, and you see this little red button here that allows me to record. So if I press it, I'm recording right now. Okay. If I swipe up, it continues recording. It's recording the audio. Hands-free. Yeah. All right. Now what's cool is if I import a video into the library, from the library, right? If I press record here, okay, now it's recording the video that I'm playing plus the audio that I'm speaking. Okay. So the audio is from what I'm saying, and it overlays it on top of the audio of the actual clip. So it's kind of cool that way. I think
something similar to Nakul's app, which he showed the feature in his app.
Similar, yes. Yeah. It's similar in a few ways in that sense. So it's cool that way. You got this little scroll bar at the bottom. Nakul was saying that this is an app by Apple as well.
Yes. No.
Or is it
Yes.
Facebook?
Yes, Apple.
It's Apple. So this is something that I didn't know about it. I didn't really pay attention when I was doing it. But you do get access to soundtracks.
Okay.
So you do get some audios. All of this stuff is free. You can choose what you want and you can use it. I don't know about the commercial, the rights to this, but then you do have your, like the My Music stuff, but obviously then you start going into, I guess, licensing issues and all that fun stuff. In addition to this, you do have text, but this allows you to move it around. It's kind of cool.
Right.
Good effects,
Yeah.
good text. Like if you're making a video for Instagram as a post, if you want to do the square format, I think this is one of the more fun ones. If you start doing stuff like this, if you make it landscape like this, you will have black bars on the top and the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So this is what it's gonna be like. It's
Okay.
really weird. I don't understand why one would do that. So that's what this is like the product that you'll end up with. It's
Okay.
great
So
for
it
editing.
can only make squares?
You can
Or-
only make square. As far as what I understand with this is that you can only make square because there's like no other features anywhere allowing me to change it in any other way. So
Okay.
I think one of the features in this is that you can dictate and it'll, like whatever you're saying.
for voiceover,
No. What do you call that?
Voice to
It'll
text?
write. Yeah, it detects the voice and
A voice
the-
to text.
voice to text. Yes.
on this.
Speak to talk, yes.
Yeah,
speak to
yeah.
You mean this?
type.
Yeah. So speak.
So you have the live chat. Okay, actually, I never actually tried this. So if I start talking over here, oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so not the most accurate thing, but that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty good.
So yeah, okay. So cool thing. So I didn't know that. I never use it. It's not really, again, not very applicable to me. And I guess I have to talk in a more of an accent in order to be deciphered correctly, right? Which is a big issue for a lot of people in this region, especially. So I want to show you one of the videos that I exported with this. So this is a portrait video which I had exported. You can see that if I move it to landscape, this is landscape. So this has black bars on the side. I can't show it to you with the phone while it's on AirPlay. That's a bit of a bummer. Or hold on, let me export this. Export the previous one. Bear with me for a second. So I'm gonna share this. Save the video. I think the interface of this is pretty decent. So here, see how it's a square video?
Yeah.
So that's what you're limited with. You cannot,
Okay.
in my opinion, with this app go in any other format. What else do we have? Yeah, that's the main two apps that I want to talk about is movies, iMovie and Clips. Which brings me to another point is that I haven't found a free version, a free app that allows me to edit a video in a portrait mode, like ready for IGTV or Insta Stories, without putting a watermark.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there are free apps, but they put a watermark, and they're very, very limited. Their feature sets are very limited. So if I want to edit a video, I'd have to get something like the app that you were talking about, like Spark, in order to use video editing.
There are two apps actually where you can remove the watermark. There is one is Quik, Quik, and Splice.
But that's paid to remove the watermark.
No, you can just disable. So I have it here.
Huh.
You want me to?
Yeah, sure. By all means.
So I'll mirror my screen.
Show the
Oh shit!
quick
I think we're
app
gonna have a battle.
quickly.
Sorry, you'll have to do it again. He's gonna show it quickly.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
the quick app.
How do you spell it? Quik.
Yes. So this is by GoPro.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
So it's a free app.
It's a free app.
Oh, wow.
But I don't have to use this with my GoPro.
No. So if I'll just take one video. Okay. Wait.
I've used many video apps from iMovie and Clips to Adobe Spark Video, Gravity, and Videorama, and this is one of the most useful. That's because it doesn't require you to manually edit, which even if you know how to do, you often don't have time to do for casual videos. Instead, it enables what I call 5-minute video creations. A snippet of one of the top reviews
Reviews.
of this.
So
That actually convinced me.
I'll select few videos really quick.
Really quick.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I might as well jump on the pan wagon.
so in this it can detect like it'll say Wednesday evening. So
Where? What is that?
Wednesday evening?
Wednesday evening. So these videos are from the Samsung event that we went to.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
So if you can increase the volume, the TV it's mute. Okay. So you can add different.
Oh, you have to have these overlay, this text effect.
You can just you can go in edit, and just remove it. So or you can change it.
Oh right.
Okay.
You can change it, and in the end, in the last slide, if I go in Quik, and like this is their watermark.
Oh, it's not a watermark. It's just an end.
Yeah,
end
and
video.
so I can
End
disable
slide.
it. Disable.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's done. And then there is a Splice. Oh, Splice.
Splice.
So in this also you can do the same thing. Okay. If I take this video.
Hold on. I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the previous app. I've had this app for at least 5 years and it has never let me down. It's very easy to experiment with and has a down to earth format that can do some pretty great things that other apps in this genre. Pretty great things considering the other apps in this genre. The audio, well, fine. Cool. Fair enough.
Okay, so I added
Down
one
to
video and then I could choose the music, maybe like holiday. I'll choose this one. So I can set, do I want it landscape? Portrait?
Sweet.
Landscape portrait,
Yeah.
cross effect and everything. And the same thing you can do here as well. In the Quik app, you can go in format, in settings, then format. And you can keep cinema. This is the wide angle shot.
Mm-hmm.
And this is square and portrait.
Nice.
So yeah. And with this Splice as well. So I can enable or disable the watermark, the last
Nice.
slide.
So hit enable. Let's have a look. And then okay, that's it.
If I'll play it, it's 9-second video.
So it's gonna run through the video, transitions through. Oh wow.
That's it.
Hey, even the watermark
Nice.
doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
But the cool thing, so what I like about this is even if they didn't have a way to remove that end bit, right? What you can do is just crop it in photos,
True. Yeah, even if
right?
yeah.
So the problem that I had was the few apps that I did look at. So obviously my research wasn't that in depth. So I'm really glad that you shared that with me because now I see some apps that I can actually use for portrait video editing. But what happened was that it would put a little logo on the video, on top of the video, which I can't get rid of,
That's true.
which is a pain in the ass. So
Yeah.
pain in the bottom. All right, so I think that's my apps, and in addition to my apps, some more apps from Knuckle.
But on that app, Clips. So I've started using Clips a long time back when they launched it. But the thing is, they don't update it much often.
That's true.
So in 1 year, they've updated it only thrice. So
That's a
I
good
just
point.
checked
Oh, so what's the last time they updated it?
4 months back.
Wow, fair enough.
Yeah. And before that, it was like, so in 1 year, they've updated it only 3 times.
Adobe has this app also called Adobe
Premiere
Premiere Rush.
CC. Rush, yeah. I've
So,
tried
but that I think requires a subscription, right?
There's also the Premiere Clip. Is there for the Android? Is it there for the iPhone as well?
Let me have a look. So Adobe
Premiere Clip.
That's, I think, CC.
Premiere Clip, yeah,
Is the same one?
yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's also, like he's saying, it requires you to have an Adobe
Subscription, I guess.
subscription.
It works
Yeah.
for free though. I mean, you can have most of the features for free if you have a free Adobe.
But is there a
account.
watermark on it?
Actually, no. Use of Adobe mobile apps requires a free basic level of Creative Cloud membership.
Yeah, so there's a free membership.
Yeah, so free basic membership, which means I could use this.
Yeah.
Interesting. I always stay away from Adobe apps just because of this reason. I know in the previous episode we talked about Lightroom, and
Yeah.
I have used that on the phone.
Yes.
But then that Lightroom itself is free. Even the desktop version is free. So they have limitations to it, but it is
Yeah,
free.
the free
so,
version.
that's why I did explore it, but I've stayed away from pretty much anything else. So it's a good thing. I think we'll do. I don't even mind doing an episode of just Adobe apps because they have a
apps.
lot of.
Okay.
They have a huge suite of apps. But okay, sponsor us, Adobe. Okay, so Udit, let's move over to your apps that you want to talk
Okay.
about.
So,
So we'll have to. So I'm going to change it over to Chromecast because that's
Yes.
what we have here with our amazing.
Okay, so my phone is connected, and the first app I'm going to talk about is Inshot, and it was, I think, actually started for the aspect ratio itself, because people make videos and then they want to change the aspect ratio to put on certain platforms. And okay, let me just select a couple of videos here. Yeah, and then when you go to Canvas, you have ratios. So you can just select the ratio that you want, and you can say 9:16,
So that's for Musically. Okay, they have icon as well.
or whatever ratios that you want. So that's one of the very good things that I've seen, and you can zoom in and zoom out if you want.
I have a quick question here.
Yes.
Inshot, does it put a watermark on top of
Okay,
your
so
video?
coming to that, now let's say I've done this. Okay, now you can see this watermark on the right bottom, but there's a cross beside it. So there's an option to watch a small ad which removes the watermark.
Oh, okay.
So I press the cross, and then it asks me remove permanently. I have to pay, or free remove. I have to watch.
But only
10
for that video.
Well,
It will
yes.
remove only for
Yeah,
that video.
for
Yeah.
one project basically.
Okay, that's not
So
bad.
I watch a 10-second and 20-second ad something, and it's done for that video.
Honestly, that's a brilliant business strategy.
Yes.
I love it. So, to be honest, I do have Inshot, and I have used it before. I
Okay.
completely stopped using it because of that watermark.
Okay.
And
So-
that's really cool. That makes me want to use this app again. And I might just.
But does it work with the iOS as well? If you
The
can
feature
watch-
should work in a
My
similar
last
way.
draft. Oh my gosh, that's from a while ago.
And well, this app, if you want to buy, it's quite expensive though. I saw.
Yeah, I can remove
yes.
it on iOS as
Remove
well.
this once, yeah.
Yeah, remove one.
So I actually, it's funny because I do have a project on here, which
Okay.
I sat and developed, and I
Okay.
spent, I think, an hour or something finishing it all off, and then I realized that I can't get rid of the watermark, and there are some reasons why I don't pay for apps right now. I'm still figuring that stupid problem out, but that's the reason why I thought I would be able to fix it while I was doing this, and then I didn't, and I just gave up. But that's really cool that I can actually remove it now.
Yes.
Wow, that's really cool. I'm happy with that.
You can actually try removing it. I mean, since my phone is connected, I don't want to show ads in the video, but you can try doing it, and then we'll see your happy faces once you're done with your project. Okay. So yeah, in Shots.
I
yes.
removed it. It didn't even play the ad for some reason.
Wow.
I don't know why, but okay.
Fantastic.
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 So, one thing to point out, in your screen, I can see that there is an ad on the top. Even on mine, it was
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
So you do have an ad that's always displaying,
Yes.
always, which is fine.
Yeah.
I-
But
Well,
yeah,
that's while editing the video.
I
so
think we're
that's
pretty
fine.
Yeah.
desensitized to this stuff.
That's and of course you can trim the video, and yeah, there is background, so you can see on the side there's this blur, so you can increase or decrease the blur effect, or you can also put a solid color in the back if you want. And yeah, that's the option. You of course have filters, effects. Then
Can you put the amount of the effect? Because that's something that the Apple apps don't. Oh yeah, you can.
effects.
So you click in go to the filter. Click on any filter and
Oh,
then
yes.
yeah,
Okay.
so you have the
Strength, yeah.
Yes,
the
there is
strength
a
is what I meant. Yeah.
So
That's
that's there, and then there is music. There are some featured, but then I think you have to download. Oh wait, let me. Yeah, you'll have to just click the cloud icon, so it will save it in your phone, and then it will. You can add it to the video that you're making.
So download the audio and then.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's saving space for the app.
For sure, yeah.
So that's the good thing. There are stickers. Yeah. Okay. The text. Let me go to the text. Yeah, you can put whatever text you want, and then you can just move it around to wherever you like, and you can choose in what duration, like what part of the video do you want the text.
Oh.
So yes, that option is there as well, and you can select the speed. How fast does the video play? Do you want it faster or slower? Okay. Yeah, and you can rotate the video as well.
That's cool.
That feature is
That's
awesome.
cool because that's missing from a lot of video apps.
Yes, and you can flip it as well. So let's say you're recording with a front cam where the native camera app doesn't flip it and you can't read, then you can always flip the video to, do that. So this is a really cool app, especially for the aspect ratios, because I think that's the main thing that this does, like I showed earlier.
That's really cool because it does have. So go to the aspect ratio. Let's see. So you have. It doesn't have something for Instagram stories natively though.
Well, there's
Yeah,
It's
9
the musically
yeah,
one.
this is one.
But that's musically. It's not. I mean, my point is that 9:16 is perfect for Insta stories.
Yeah.
Or IGTV for that matter. But it doesn't. So it's branding it as musically. That's a little strange.
Yeah, but I
But
think
because
this app
we
is not.
we also saw the TikTok ads. Maybe they're promoting.
Yeah,
Some
because
of
musically
their-
is TikTok now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. TikTok. Yeah.
So maybe that's why they are.
Yeah, makes sense.
But
No, I
either
don't
way,
know.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter, but I guess I think just TikTok is not as popular here, or maybe we are just not of that
no,
generation.
It is.
We're not that
It is.
generation. Maybe that's what
Yeah,
it is.
I'm not doing it, but I keep seeing it everywhere.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So this is one app, and then I'm going to show you another app which is called Action Director. I'm again using the free version on the app. Okay, so yeah, I can add videos and or photos to my apps. To the video that I'm making. And this has okay, this is a similar thing like InShots. You can see the logo, but then you click on the X icon, and it asks upgrade. No, watch the ad and check out the app. So I can again watch the ad in this one and remove the watermark for this video. And it has transitions, so I can select the transition that I want.
Did Inshot not have transitions? It has, right? No?
I couldn't not in the free version.
And not in the free version, but they have really good transitions.
But that's in the paid version.
In the
Yeah,
paid
paid
one.
version. They have normal transitions like left to right, bottom up. Those transitions are fine, but the in-camera transitions, what you call.
Oh yeah,
it-
the one, I remember what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so
Yeah.
they have those.
Okay, interesting.
So I especially, I mean, if you're doing Instagram and IGTV, I like this transition which slides from down to up. And what I do there is that I
Put a
on
photo.
Instagram, you can put the link of your IGTV video.
Right.
So I put a slide which says swipe up, and the animation also goes from down to up, which makes people psychologically swipe up more because they're seeing it going upwards.
Have you seen a lot of conversion with that?
Well, I have, but I did not compare how much was it when I did not add that. Yeah, but yeah, quite a few people did go there. Then of course you can pan and zoom the photo, how it starts and where does it end.
So see, that's again a Ken Burns
Yes.
sort of effect.
Yes, it is.
That's cool.
So
Yeah, this also has stickers and stuff.
Yes, it does have stickers.
Is it so? What's the name of this app? Is it there on
Action
iOS?
Director.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I
It's not.
checked.
Checked
Yeah,
it.
it's not.
Oh, okay.
So that's an Android-only app.
Yes.
It has a free version, paid version.
How much is the paid version for this app?
Let me just check. There are 3 options. Okay, and even in the audio, you have fade in, fade out, background music, and mixing. Like if you have a sound, then you can select how much of the sound volume, how much of the audio volume you want to do it. Okay, now let's go to the.
This also has TikTok.
Okay,
Trial.
so it says
subscription.
7 days
4.83
free trial, and
4.83 dirhams a month.
that's
But
for
I
free
think
trial?
that's for a year. No, I mean if you take for a longer term, it would be 4 dirhams a month. But if you take it for just 1 month, it's 15 dirhams a month.
Get it for a month. Bye.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I don't understand that. Hold on.
So it's $14.99 for a month.
Yeah.
Monthly
So if you take it for
subscription.
just 1 month, you pay $15 a month.
Oh, okay.
But if you
Oh,
take
so I
it
see
for
what you
a
mean.
year, you pay 4.83 per month for
Right.
the whole year.
That's what they do.
And actually, in InShots, going back to the pro and free version, I saw 2-3 different options. Okay, so when I go to pro, there is 10 per month,
Yeah.
or there is 39 per year, which is quite cheap compared to the monthly. But then there is a one time which is 115.
Wow. Wait. So let me see. Let me compare that to what's the US the dollar amount of that. So let's have a look. Where do I even pro? Right. So it's $399 a month.
Okay, that's
$15
almost the same.
or $16 for the year.
Okay, 16 as yeah, it's cheaper.
$15. Yeah. So this is
15.
cheaper.
Yeah, this is cheaper actually.
This is a lot cheaper.
This is a lot cheaper.
And then
and was the one time?
and there's a one time of 30. I'm rounding up, so it's $34.99.
Okay, so
$35 for a one time purchase, which is also cheaper than this, which is where the dirham amount is cheaper.
And it's even cheaper than the dirham price for
No,
Apple Store.
$35, right? That's 105. Sorry, yeah, 115. Oh, it's almost the same. Actually,
It's almost the same.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was your
So
point?
compared to Apple Store, UE Apple Store.
It's 100 and so sorry.
So
The lifetime
Yeah.
the lifetime amount in dollars converted to dirhams is 129 dirhams.
Okay, so
Not counting for a shitty conversion rate, because if you pay by a credit card,
yeah,
it's
Okay,
probably going to give you
even
like a
more.
really
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
conversion
Right,
rate.
right,
Or
right.
if you buy the card here with the dollar amount, you pay more for it anyways. So
Right.
the whole thing turns out to be very expensive.
okay. So if I look in in-app purchases in App Store UAE, 1 year would be $49.99. That is 50 dirhams. So this is way cheaper
Okay.
than
50 dirhams for wow. Oh, okay.
50 dirhams for 1 year
That's for iOS.
for iOS.
Okay.
For its monthly would be $14.99. That's 15 dirhams.
Okay.
And one-time purchases $127.99, like
Okay.
128.
So that's closer to the
Yes,
exact dollar
US,
conversion on iOS.
yeah.
So the pricing, I guess, is on OS.
For Android, yeah, it's different for Android and iOS.
That's interesting. I didn't actually think about that. I didn't think that would be the case.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yes. So yeah, these are the apps that I use. I don't do much of videos, but yeah, there are a few times I had to do the aspect ratios and the transitioning. So these are the apps that I used. I really like the interface, especially the fact that I could remove the watermark by just watching an ad.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
this is it seems like a new trend, because even the other app had it.
Yes.
Which when I used to use my phone for editing videos, when I tried to use it, let me put it that way. I tried to use it. I found the whole workflow a bit cumbersome.
Okay.
And I'm alluding towards this because I wanna start wrapping up the show a little bit. I just wanted to let me ask you this question. The last episode number 2.
Yeah.
How did you edit that? Did you use your laptop or did you use your phone?
Laptop, GarageBand.
So you use GarageBand. Why? Because the files were all on your computer?
Because the files were on my computer and they were 3 separate audio files.
Right. Okay. So fine. So that's a specific scenario where you have more layers, more files. You can't really work with it
Correct.
on a phone. But you specifically edit a lot of videos on your phone.
Yes.
And I remember having this conversation with you where you told me that he's weird, prefers to use his phone rather than a laptop to edit
True.
your videos.
True.
But is that only for Instagram and IGTV or even in general?
In general, to be specific, like the last video that we did on what apps? Photo editing apps.
Mm-hmm.
So for that I use my laptop because okay. So for that
You have one more thing to show?
The camera
Okay.
thing, but then
Okay,
Okay,
let him
yeah.
finish and then we can... Sorry.
So the last video that I edited on our photo editing apps, that was done through my laptop. Why? Because there were like separate audio that was edited in GarageBand and then separate video. So I don't know how, if it's possible to do it on my phone, I would do it, but I don't know how.
Right.
Yeah. And to explain why I edit on my phone mostly, because I would use apps like Inshot or Action Director if I want to use a specific feature,
Mm-hmm.
but I like my apps to have minimal features. So like if there are too many features, it gets too overwhelming or cumbersome, and I won't get any project done.
Right. Fair enough.
Because
Okay.
I would want to have this background and the green background on this transition, so that gets too much.
So you'll get lost in all the features and trying to use them.
Yeah. So the app that I'm using, that's suiting my needs, and
Right.
I think the results are coming pretty good.
Yeah. And is there any reason why you don't specifically use video, or you just don't?
Yeah,
you
I don't
follow
do much
video
of videos,
Okay.
so that's why.
Okay. Because for me personally, why I would use my phone is if I'm trying to do something that's very basic. So, for example, the previous video, I was doing it for it was a IGTV video of a restaurant that I had visited, and I was just trying to do it. The cool thing that I was trying to do with that was at the end of the video, I did a how do you get there, which is kind of like our blog's entire, like, you know, it's our unique point in our blog.
Yes, yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, right. We talked
Yeah.
about it with it. So the whole point of this one was that I took a little map. I took a thing and I showed the direction with Google Maps
Okay.
on the video at the end. And that's where the whole concept of using this came about. And I was like, I'm already on my phone. I might as well let me try it.
Okay.
So
And
you can do that with iMovie.
No, that was when I was using Inshot, for example.
Okay.
And that's really when the last time when I used video was Inshot. I started using iMovie when I want to edit clips, I want to add small text or something like that. It's a very, very small project, not something very major.
So did you have the InShot watermark on the video last time?
No, because so that's the whole point, right? So what I did was I recorded the map as a screen recording.
Okay.
I imported it onto my laptop, and then I used Final Cut Pro.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't want the watermark.
Okay,
So I have Final Cut Pro. I use that. I'm a major user of Final Cut Pro because my videos require a lot more. I put layers, I put text transitions, I do a lot of stuff. So I do have the requirement to use Final Cut Pro for my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So I'm a complete PC user when it comes to video editing. Now with InShot removing the watermark, I actually might give it a shot because especially when you're trying to do Insta stories.
Right.
I think it's about doing it quick and with the minimum amount of work, unless it's your bread and butter.
True.
Right? Which isn't the case for me. So I want to do it more casually. If I can remove the watermark, then I was even contemplating leaving the watermark on there. Okay. But it was because it was for IGTV, I didn't want to have it.
Oh. Right.
That was it.
Okay.
So you have one more app that you want to share with us. We don't have much time left.
Just a quick
quickly.
camera.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm using the Nokia 7.1 at the moment, and it has the Bothy feature that was popularized. So even during a video, you can use
What feature?
They call it Bothy. Basically, it's dual camera.
The dual camera feature in their native camera app, they have this feature called Bothy. So it's front facing and rear facing at the same time, dual side or whatever. I don't know what you call it.
So I'm just recording, and this is one is the front camera, one is the rear camera, and you also have a picture-in-picture mode. So if you don't want full screen, I could just do a small one which is in front and the main one which is at the back.
I think you can move that around as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, but not while recording. You need to set the this thing before you record, and then you can. You can move it around before you start recording. So this is one really cool feature, and it was there in my Samsung, but sadly after I updated it, I can't find the dual camera feature.
Because Nokia has also removed this feature.
Is it?
I mean, like it's there in this device. I don't think it's in which is 7.1.
7.1.
I don't think it's in
we're recording right now with 3 cameras, right? So we got the
Huawei Nova
4, and then we've got the 8.1 there. That's the 8.1. And here we have the Galaxy Note 8.
Yes, Note 8.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
Okay. And you can also go live from this camera, by the way, Facebook or YouTube.
Oh,
cool.
Anyways, that's not part of the editing, but yeah, I like the dual Bothy feature in the video. So that's what I wanted to show.
Cool. So, okay, let's wrap this up really quick. For me personally, this has been a very cool episode primarily because now I realize that I can use InShot or other apps potentially without the watermark for the use that I have. It's just basic. I don't mind watching a short ad. I mean, it's like taking a little coffee break. It'll play in the background. It's fine. That's how I would use it. And I do like that business model. I think it's pretty cool because you don't want to have the commitment of paying for an app, which you may or may not want to use.
True.
And you get this get this feature. But I do like overall. I think I really liked Spark. It's cool.
It's got a spark to it.
It's got a spark to it. I wouldn't mind paying for that app, actually. It's pretty cool.
No, I don't know why Spark camera. Many people find it a little difficult because it has a weird interface, I would say. Like
something different.
Yeah, there are circles and everything.
For me, I mean, a video is rectangular for me, but when I see circles, it's a bit like, why is it circle? Why not a rectangle?
Yeah, that's just a mind switch.
Snapchat spectacles.
Yes.
That's just a mind switch. Like it's the same as any video app. It's just circles, and it's really simple. So that's why I love it.
If you think about it, I like the use of that rainbow on the border.
Yes.
Because that means that you can see I've got 8 clips. This is the shorter one. This is the longer one. Mm-hmm. Intuitively, you can see it without having to actually look at the clips itself. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and one more thing I didn't talk about. So after I don't use filters on any of those videos by Spark camera. What I do is I export it and then I import it in Visco. where I can add filters, Visco filters on a video.
Visco does
On a
videos
video.
as well.
On video
Wow.
filters. You need to have premium.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Okay,
premium.
fine. That makes sense.
I'm like,
Yeah, so
I'm guessing from whatever I've seen, he spends more on the apps than the phone.
yeah, it looks like. So he's definitely the resident spender for apps.
Right.
I try to be as thrifty as possible, and he's stuck with whatever he gets on hand.
I get better stuff than you can Android anyway. Better than the Apple.
Okay, fair enough. As whatever you want to say, I'm not gonna say anything to that.
We've had enough.
We've had enough. All right, so all the apps that we're going to talk about, that we talked about, are in the show notes. We have a bunch of notes in there. You can have a look at that in the episode. And if you haven't seen the previous episode about photo editing apps or photo apps in general, do check that out. And if you are listening to this podcast and want to see the video, head over to our YouTube channel and you can watch it over there. So, any closing remarks that you guys might want to add?
I hope you've learned a thing or two about these apps and what they can do and what they can't do. Maybe you missed out a few features when you were checking it out, but do let us know how do you like this video and what's your favorite feature among this.
and these apps, by any stretch of imagination, are not the best apps. These are the apps that we personally like. There might be some great apps which we are not aware about. So do let us know which are those apps, which app you use to edit your videos if you do that stuff. And so this was fun.
So my closing remarks are that I think we're moving into a generation where we are mobile only for some people, where they don't even have a personal computer. So these apps get more and more important. And I think that it's very evident to see that they have a lot of power. It may not do everything that you might want it to do, or there might be apps which are like more expensive or whatever for a casual person. So it might be something that a proper video editor would want to use. I know that there are some episodes even on TV and movies that have been shot on iPhone and iOS, edited on the iPads or whatever it may be. I think it's a pretty cool idea. And maybe if you are a user of video editing apps specifically, do let us know what your experience is like. Why do you choose a phone rather than a computer? Do you only have a mobile phone and don't have a computer? That's why you do it, or whatever it may be. So let us know. Let us know if there's any other app or that you like, if there's any feature that we might have missed. And give us some feedback about this episode. Let us know how you like this video if you're watching this on YouTube, because that's something that we're really excited about. We do plan to have potentially a live video if we can manage that at some point. To record these episodes live, because we don't really do much cuts in these episodes. So let's try to get that working. And I think that's it from this episode. So let's sign off.
So this is Nakul. See you in the next podcast.
All right, this is Udit. Hope you enjoyed the video.
And this is TJ signing off. See ya.